Bueno chicos, pues parece que ya va a empezar el Xbox Developer Direct de este 2024, por lo que vamos a ver qué nos ofrece. Voy a bajar un poco. Sí, lo que estamos viendo, Machines Games, que presentará Indiana Jones, Ninja Theory, que presentará el Hellblade 2. Bueno, ahora lo vemos. Vamos a empezar. A ver qué nos traen. De la mano de los desarrolladores. Si lo estoy viendo en Xbox España. Voy a bajar un poco porque no me escucho la voz. Así mejor. 4 juegos únicos. El ARA, que es de estrategia. Vale, esa orquesta creo que ya sé que va a ser Indiana Jones. Tremenda pirueta. Ah, el Avowed. Y supongo que alguna sorpresa más, como pasó el año pasado con Hacer, seguramente. Vamos a ver qué vemos. Vamos a ver. Developer Direct. Ese hueco de ahí hay algo. Bueno, hay dos huecos, es verdad, hay dos. Vale, empezamos con Avowed. Tengo ganas de ver. A ver qué sale de Avowed. Sí, el juego está basado en Pillars of the Eternity. Bueno, en el mundo de Pillars of the Eternity.
Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the living lands.
Sí, los creadores de Fallout New Vegas, que es el más conocido.
To a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret
aparte crearon también
at the heart of the living lands. At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity.
También.
And Avowed is no different.
Bueno, crearon Grounded,
We set out to blend the believable and fantastical, to give players a world and experience like no other.
Pequeño.
It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world.
A ver cómo se ve.
And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG.
Me está esperando a
Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted. For all battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types. It's not just hacking and slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries.
Si puedes usar diferentes armas, habrá que ver hasta qué punto.
If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner.
Está muy bien, sobre todo si
it's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with.
No sé
some
cómo
units
va
are
a
extremely
esto.
defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize, or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat. That means you can play however you want. Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range.
Un poco lo está diciendo.
Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage.
Te equipas con una espada y con escudo, vas matando, puedes usar hechizos y luego el arco. Por ejemplo, si hay alguno que está
We've worked hard to keep you
a
constantly
distancia,
engaged
por
as
ejemplo.
battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build
habrá
and
que ver
progress
hasta qué
their
punto.
envoy in the world of the living lands as they get to know the game and the story
Habrá que
and
ver hasta
explore
qué
the
punto
many
está
diverse
hecho eso.
regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences. Like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the Living Lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Por sus...
Just the four of us.
Porque tienen muy buenas misiones. Obsidian es muy conocido por eso.
Trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here. Take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to
Sí, habrá que ver hasta qué punto.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance
Pero
and
si es
gray
tipo un juego de
areas,
toma
trusting players
de
to make tough
decisiones
decisions
donde,
in complicated situations.
My squad and I
si por ejemplo
rested in the cave by the
decidimos
water last
ayudarle
night,
a
and
este
as
de
we
aquí,
were sleeping, we were
a
ambushed by those miserable Zorops.
decimos, ¿le vamos
I
a
was so
ayudar
surprised, and
o lo vamos a matar
it
y ya
was so
está?
dark. I just got separated from everyone else.
Claro, intentar la toma de
I can't face
decisiones.
those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice.
Vale, sí, es
when
un
you
poco lo
confront
que he
Private
dicho.
Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Thirdborn.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of
Es un poco lo
cowardice,
que he dicho.
then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim
Ve,
his
eso está
honor.
muy bien en un juego
Either
tipo
way,
así,
when you
RPG.
return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive
Además de que
experience
son
like
los
Avowed
creadores
is anchored in
de
the world
Knights
we
of the Old
built.
Republic 2.
Art director Matt Hansen and the team have
Para
worked to
que lo
create a
sepa.
unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed
Viva Darth
setting to
Revan,
feel rich,
el verdadero Lord
weird,
Sith.
and wonderful. We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world
Me
cultures,
centrarse tanto en
helping
Darth
us create a
Vader,
unique RPG experience.
que es un noob,
By contrasting the vibrant
que es de Darth
with the
Revan.
dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional
Ya
experiences
pones a
for our
Keanu Reeves
players.
como el actor.
The Living Lands
está.
is a continent
Ya
of
está hecho.
untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes. And each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp.
Shatterscarp.
As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute,
Se ve muy
muted
guapo.
tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards
No
a
pensar que
beautiful
esto es un vídeo de
oasis,
YouTube, un directo.
there's the opportunity there for
Pensar cómo se
life,
vería
for
esto.
adventure, and even a little
Pensar cómo se
danger.
vería esto.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
Ahora tenemos este otoño, chicos. Avowed en otoño. Ahora tenemos Avowed en otoño. Hay ganitas, hay ganitas. Avowed. ¿Qué significará Avowed? Ni idea. Si dijera, buah, sé qué significa Avowed, pero... No, lamentablemente no sé qué significa Avowed. Obsidian Entertainment. Bueno, para Xbox, XS, PC y Game Pass. Bueno, si sabían, los juegos de Xbox salen en Game Pass. ¿Qué es lo mejor que te puedes comprar? El Game Pass. Tienes un montón de juegos y siempre lo están llenando de juegos. Ninja Theory, vamos a ver Hellblade 2. Que no he jugado al primero. Seguramente... Hombre, antes de que salga este juego, quiero jugar al primero. Lo jugué. Me quedé...
Hi, I'm Don Matthews,
lo jugué
studio head here at Ninja
en la
Theory
Xbox,
in Cambridge, UK.
en la One, que
We're now in the final
la
months of
tengo aquí.
development on Senua's Saga
tengo ahí.
Hellblade 2. and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
Sí, será un poco como el principio.
She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their
source. El primero, bueno, cuando vas con la canoa,
but not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
Es un juego que habla de las enfermedades mentales.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Joiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover.
Vale.
Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover along with us how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Si lo que he dicho antes de la historia, habrá que ver hasta qué punto es fiel. Obviamente yo de vikingos creo que sé, bueno, Asterix o Obelix.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis. Seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean? What does that mean? It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments,
sí,
seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
Es un poco para que tú te pongas en esa perspectiva aparte.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level.
Bueno, está Senua,
with a new motion
la
capture
actriz que
space,
captura
a
los
bigger
movimientos.
stage team, a stunt crew, and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel.
Sí, el combate del primero ha dicho,
por
lo que he escuchado, yo ya sabéis que juego, lo he hecho antes un poquito, es bastante repetitivo, dicen, por lo que a ver ahora.
Senua isn't a superhero, she's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again, in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story.
En Nvidia, donde enseñaban
We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible.
Básicamente era, digo,
and you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like,
básicamente era,
yeah,
con un móvil
that's amazing.
Y con un ordenador, con un Real Engine, hacían
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears.
Botella. Básicamente hacían con eso, con
These
el
voices
móvil
come to life
y
through
con el
binaural
Real
audio,
Engine,
which provides a good representation of this type of
la
auditory hallucinations.
captura de
As we
movimientos.
focus on immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones
Este
you
un acento
surround yourself
español.
in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through special audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is specialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
What will we do to us?
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade.
Hellblade es espada infernal.
On the music we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them.
De los que estuvieron en The Game
We
Awards.
feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really
Los que hicieron la
connects
de
with
el
our game
primer
and elevated
tráiler que se llama
something really
Imagine.
special. We are also working with
Me
a heavy
acuerdo de
metal singer,
buscarla y
throat
estar
singers,
escuchándola
and our very own
constantemente.
Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So
Vale,
this
supongo que
all
estas son
creates a very
la de
immersive and
Halo,
a very
¿no? Las
special
dos.
and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing
Le
tech.
tengo ganas.
And that's our aim in Senua Saga
Le tengo ganas
Hellblade
junto
2,
con el
is to
Avowed.
not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Esta vez una cosa.
I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing.
Eso que demuestra que tienen amor por lo que están haciendo.
I'm so proud of the love, care and passion
Eso
our
en un
team here at
estudio es
Ninja Theory
importante.
are putting into Senua Saga Hellblade 2.
Yo creo que me hubiera gustado ser diseñador de videojuegos. Es ver esto y decir, eso es lo que yo siento también.
From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey, a journey that you can embark on May 21st.
21 de mayo. Pues mirar, pues seguramente antes del 21 de mayo me ponga a jugar el Hellblade. Seguramente haremos un par de directos antes y me podría jugar Hellblade 2 cuando salga. Vale, ya van a hacer la sorpresita. Square Enix creo que he leído. Ah, vale, este juego ya sé cuál es. Vale. Si este es Visions of Mana. Hombre, están en Xbox, en el Developer Direct, porque o sea, han pagado por Final Fantasy XIV. Por traerlo a Xbox. Aparte de que Square Enix estaba en la ruina por culpa de eso. Visions of Mana.
コンソールゲームとしては約17
年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年ファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され、長らく愛されてきました。本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。 vale. Y hacer, este no es en el que salen los slime. Lo que salen los slime es en Dragon Quest.
今回 これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井浩一さんとともに聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内容を紹介していきたいと思います。
Hello, I am Koichi Ishii from Grabs. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から、自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いて、これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックル、ピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては、今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目はアルマジルによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら、足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなどゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去、様々なコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。
Eso está muy bien.
今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
Yo que estoy usando un poco de Unity, esto se puede hacer.
空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。
Tienes que crear un plano invisible.
ならではの特徴として、
tienes que crear un
聖
plano
剣伝説
invisible
シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、その力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。精霊によっては様々な特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
オリジナ
ルモンスターやピックルにも注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう、小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする本作、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏
pues esperando que se van a lanzar y obviamente no me aparte un reclamo para decir, oye, este juego va a salir también en Xbox. Queremos que compres este juego. Básicamente es eso. Básicamente es eso, queremos que compres este juego. Sí. Oxide, el ARA. Vamos a ver cómo es el ARA. Ya creo que se vio un teaser. Creo que era donde estaban... donde caminaban los personajes y luego se iba enfocando. Hasta una sala que era como con artefactos, luego con un robot de radio que tenía todos los planetas alrededor.
We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love. Our History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
ARA is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same. With ARA, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is ARA, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For ARA, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
Tienes el juego, es lo mejor.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into ARA is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map, it reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of ARA is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of ARA, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might? Scientific advancement? The choice is theirs. In ARA, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play ARA, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of ARA that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in ARA compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Aura at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Aura encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Aura, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Aura just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Aura, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Aura has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play, and even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Aura for, you.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just
Cougars, cougars,
cougars, I hate cougars!
Someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
Obviamente, aparte de estar otros enemigos, que será por ejemplo otros personajes que juegan contigo, o simplemente la IA, que es el ordenador,
But the launch of Aura is only the beginning. We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play Aura and to create your own history.
La fauna. 2024 PC. Pensaba que estaría para Xbox. Pensaba que estaría para Xbox. Pero eso suelen ser los osos, águilas a veces. Pues simplemente a osos, pumas, jaguares, cocodrilos. Matching Games, vamos a ver qué nos traen. Indiana Jones. A ver qué nos traen con Indiana Jones.
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture.
La he visto varias veces.
In this game, you aren't
la de
just
la
playing as Indy,
carabela,
you are Indiana
la
Jones.
calavera
You will
de
see
cristal,
through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones.
De cristal,
When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game
Yo
forever.
tenemos
I had this idea
un gameplay
for what it
pendiente
would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of arc he was going to have.
¿Qué es lo que pasa,
And
chicos?
as the years went
Pues que hay
on, I
muchos
thought,
juegos que
who would be
jugar
like
y
the
yo
best studio in the world to
esto
make this? And it was my friends
tiempo
at
tengo, pero
Machine
tengo que hacer un
Games.
montón de cosas más
I
los
can remember
amigos de
pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being
llevan desde el año
a little
pasado
bit nervous
el
because
de Crash
look,
Racing y
it's
el de
Indiana
Macrae
Jones, and
3 y
their
el de Dino
response
Crisis,
was just overwhelmingly positive,
que
and just that
supuestamente lo va a hacer en
excitement
noviembre.
has bled through the whole project, and they have just been
Pero bueno.
so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Hombre, tengo muchas ganas, la verdad, del Indiana Jones.
Let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones.
Vale.
While you were playing your
Son nazis, con eso ya. Perfecto.
I was playing you.
Mientras no sea como la última película que dicen que es lo peor, que humillan, que lo humillan perfectamente al Harrison Ford. Con eso mejor.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
De 10. Es él.
Myths.
Vale, parece que será en primera persona, sí.
History.
Será un poco lo que se venía rumoreando. Que iba a ser en primera persona.
Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried. Just waiting.
Obviamente no puede ser un juego de Indiana Jones sin puzzles, obviamente.
You can't just run away from your problems,
¡Míralo!
Indiana.
Watch me.
Wow. Se ve espectacular. Virgen Scream. Esa es mítica.
Mankind has built sites of
Sí, parece, digo, por lo que se ha visto antes, que no lo he visto. Va a haber como una combinación entre primera persona y tercera. Indiana Jones es el círculo perfecto. Podría ser. Qué bueno eso, desde cuando le da puñetazos. Combine con la música. Buah, referencia a la película. Cuando está así. Ay, cómo era. Cuando está en África con el turbante, que está con la espada. Y hace así. Y pega un tiro. Vale, eso es Japón, sí. Ha saltado del avión, ya lo hemos visto. Ah, iba a decir, pensaba que lo había adivinado. El gran círculo. Pues no, no es el perfecto círculo. The Great Cycle. Qué buena referencia.
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people. Everyone here at the studio has their own Indy stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years. He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Es Indiana Jones.
Now
100%.
we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world we've built. We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Whether it's cracking your whip, solving puzzles in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fistfight, All of these moments are much more intense in first person. But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat, the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view.
Sí, un poco lo que yo he dicho, tendremos primera y tercera.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark
and the
Last Crusade.
Y la última cruzada. Bueno,
when our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity. Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
On next plane to Rome. Stop. Need help. Stop.
El telegrama. Que tenías que hacerlo así. Eso está muy
clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be
lo
one of our
tienes que hacer
guiding
así.
principles when we were
El
thinking
telegrama
about
tienes
the
que hacer
type of game we were making. It wouldn't be indie if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun, and to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure, with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music.
La música
John
de
Williams
Indiana
is the original
Jones.
composer for the indie films.
Si no suena como la música de Indiana Jones,
Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
Hombre, John Williams no está porque creo que ya está jubilado.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very
y está muy bien que recurran a alguien que
style.
sepa capturar esa esencia, como diría nuestro general Tablos.
Bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
Verdadero creador de AF.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure.
Sí, básicamente es la
She's been
vestimenta que
tracking
usarían en
leads
esa
for
época.
some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined,
Pensaba que estaba
and they'll
vestida como
need
una
each
monja,
other in
pero
order to get to the
parece
bottom
que
of
era
this
ella.
mystery.
Okay, then. Let's see if we can keep up.
Fight. What do you mean if I can keep up?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely
Sí, se parece al de la película
He's
de la
obsessed
calavera de
with the human
cristal.
mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil
Acá al
for him.
final cuando están
They're both
sentados, ya
brilliant
sabéis lo que
people,
pasa al final,
compelled by
pero
the passions and obsessions,
para
but
que no
driven
sepa,
down wildly
eso.
different roads.
Se parece a uno de los que están en el
Your
final,
skin like it gets under in the skin. It's
sentados.
captivating.
And forgotten in the sense of
No sé si era en esta o en otra.
One of our models for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle
Pero creo
is
que ya todos
adventure
sabéis lo que
first. But in every
quiero
indie
decir.
adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indie's most iconic tool.
El látigo creo que es lo que va a usar todo el mundo.
One of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purpose as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
Y yo
you can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment.
Es usar el látigo.
You can use it as a distraction.
Sí, eso está muy bien.
And yes, you can absolutely use
que
it in
pongan
combat.
primera y tercera en momentos como subir, prácticamente
and hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones.
Los puzzles.
Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them. Epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Este será el icónico momento, lo estoy viendo, soy el vino, de la roca.
I want to thank you all for joining us for our big
reveal
of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Machine Games is known for creating these roller coaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year, and we cannot wait to share more soon.
Se ha robado el balón de oro de Messi. Nada, lo ha robado ahí. Buena referencia. ¿Qué es lo que pensaba yo? Que se iban a marcar un Hi-Fi Rush y iban a decir, está disponible hoy. Realmente, a ver, cuando enseñaron Hi-Fi Rush, enseñaron mucho gameplay y mucho de todo. Xbox, XS, PC y Game Pass. Ya sabéis, lo tenéis en Game Pass. Si os gusta muchísimo, lo compráis. Hay que comprar jueguecitos. Pues bueno, chicos, pues parece que ya está. Bueno, chicos, ¿qué os ha parecido? A mí me han gustado todos los juegos. Indiana Jones era un poco en el que seguramente mucha gente, estoy seguro, era el que más estaba un poco preocupado. Que seguramente hay mucha gente preocupada, ya sabéis. Un poco que la gente con Bethesda nos llega muy bien.
Core to the vision of ARA is our philosophy of
El ARA lo quiero probar.
Stay happy.
Esa moto, me gusta mucho la moto.
Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is
Avowed
anchored in the
habrá
world
que
we
ver
build.
cómo se separa de Skyrim.
You aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana
Para que la
Jones.
gente no diga, vale, esto es Skyrim 2, vale,
My name is Masaru Oyamada.
Minus of Mana, acordaos que tenemos que jugar a 17 juegos para entender. Tenemos que jugar a 17 juegos, ¿vale, chicos? Oye, Xbox de 2024 tiene juegos. Square Enix es multi, obviamente. ¿Cómo gusta el mando de la Series X? Me gusta bastante el mando de la Series X. Gracias por ver. A vosotros por estos jueguecitos. Vale, si queréis, está la presentación del Elder Scrolls Online. Para los que lo jueguen, pues jugarlo. Yo os lo digo. Para que jugarlo. Bueno, chicos, ¿qué os ha parecido el Xbox Developer Direct de este año de 2024? A mí me gusta mucho, la verdad que hemos tenido varios juegos interesantes. El de Indiana Jones, que dice aquí nuestro amigo de Marmol. Creo que este es su nombre, ¿no? Sí. Está espectacular. Hombre, el modelado de Indiana Jones está muy bien. Es decir, han sabido hacerlo. Han sabido recrear su cara perfectamente. La voz se parece bastante. Supongo que no será, obviamente, Harrison Ford, porque ya tiene más de 90 años. O no sé si tiene 90, pero ya, hombre. Ya no está ya para más. Pues yo creo que han recurrido a un actor. Seguramente sea o Troy Baker, que es el más conocido, o Nolan North. Son los dos más importantes. Tanto Troy Baker como Nolan North. Pues nada, chicos. Lo dejamos aquí. Espero os haya gustado muchísimo este vídeo. Sí, lo acabo de ver, 50 minutos. Para que veáis. Y nada, chicos. Nos vemos este 2024. Ya sabéis, con todos estos grandes juegos. Voy a tener que jugar 17 juegos. Que esto no me lo esperaba yo. Pero sí. Sí, seguramente haga más video reacciones, sobre todo de Avowed, de Starfield tengo que hacer también. Bueno, de Hellblade 2, que por cierto tenemos que jugar al primero. Sí, lo jugaré seguramente antes de mayo, por abril. Haré un par de directos y lo iremos jugando. Pues chicos, ¿qué os ha parecido? Ahora sí me despido. Y nada, recordar que como siempre me gusta recordaros, darle like, suscribiros y comentar. Adiós.